Assalamualaikum. Hi. Today we are going to learn about momentum. Okay. So what is momentum? A softball player must wear a glove to catch a hard and fast moving softball. A slow moving softball is much easier to catch. Why? Okay. So let's look at the video. So we have a truck, initial velocity 30 meter per second, and another one is a car, also moving at a velocity 30 meter per second, right?
Compare the velocity and the time it takes for the lorry and the car to stop. Which is harder to stop? Compare the velocity and the time it takes for the lorry and the car to stop. Which is harder to stop? From the same initial velocity, the lorry takes a longer time to brake, hence it is harder to stop than the car.
So a big cargo tank is difficult to stop than a car moving with same speed. Why? Okay, so this time we have another situation. We have the both lorry tanker, but different velocity. So the first one is moving at 30 meter per second, and the second one at 5 meter per second.
It is much easier to stop the same lorry if it is moving with a low velocity. Why?
We have a bowling ball and a plastic bowling ball.
Both balls are moving with the same velocity. Why do you think the bowling ball was able to knock down the bowling pins, but the plastic bowling ball could not? The bowling ball has a bigger mass. Let us look at the next video. Both balls have the same mass. Why do you think one of the bowling balls was able to knock down all the bowling pins, but the other similar balls could not? It was moving faster or with a higher velocity. What can you infer from these observations?
Okay, so let us further study to look at the effect of mass and velocity of an object influence the effect of stopping the object. Question 1. To compare the effect of stopping two objects of the same mass moving at different speeds. So we have a golf ball, the same golf ball. One is at the height at 30 cm, another one is at the height 60 cm. So which golf ball hit the plasticine at a higher speed? So we learned that the higher the ball, the faster the speed. So ball B has a higher speed. Compare the depth of the cavities made on the surface of plasticine by the falling golf ball. So the golf ball will fall down and hit the plasticine and will make a cavities on the plasticine. So which has the greater impact? So you see, look, ball B has a deeper cavity. So which golf ball has a higher bigger effect of stopping? So golf B, right? So the higher the ball, the higher the velocity, the higher the impact on the plasticine. Situation 2. To compare the effect of stopping two objects of different masses moving at the same speeds. So same speed because both balls drop from the same height, but this one we use a golf ball and another one is ping pong ball which is lighter. So which ball has a greater mass? Golf ball. So which ball falls and make a deeper cavity on the surface of plasticine? The golf ball. Which golf ball has a bigger effect of stopping? The golf ball. Because the golf ball has a bigger mass, so it will give greater impact on the plasticine. So state how the effect of stopping objects in motion depends on the mass and velocity of the object. Okay. So the effect of stopping object is bigger if the mass and velocity is higher. Okay. So relate the effect of stopping object with momentum. The greater the momentum, the greater the effect of stopping object. Okay. So this is what we are going to look at. The first term is momentum. So momentum depends on the mass and the velocity of the object, of the moving object. Okay. If the mass is higher, the momentum is bigger. If the speed is higher, speed of velocity is higher, the momentum is higher. So it will give you greater effect of stopping the object. So you feel more painful when you hit by a greater momentum object. Every moving object has momentum. Momentum can be thought of as the tendency of an object to keep on moving with the same speed in the same direction. So momentum and inertia are quite connected. Remember, inertia, when an object is moving, it still want to move in a state of motion. Momentum often indicates the difficulty a moving object has in stopping. Momentum is the measure of how hard it is to stop an object. A fast-moving car has more momentum than a slow one of the same mass. Okay, so the picture of a softball player wearing the glove. So according to Newton, the object with less momentum is easier to stop and give less impact in a collision. So a baseball player must wear a glove to catch a hard and fast-moving baseball because the ball has big momentum. It is difficult to stop the ball and will give larger painful impact when it hits the player's hand. Okay, so let's look at the definition of momentum. So momentum is defined as mass times velocity, the product of mass and velocity. And momentum is a vector quantity. So the direction of momentum depends on the direction of the velocity. And the SI unit is kilogram meter per second. Right. Let's look two examples regarding how to solve the problem of momentum. In a football game, a player of mass 70 kg is moving with velocity of 4 meter per second, and the other player of mass 75 kg is moving with 3 meter per second towards each other. Calculate the momentum of both players. So we use the formula momentum equals to mv. So the mass of the 70 kg player has the mass of 70 times 4 should be 280 kg per meter per second. And for the 75 kg player, the mass is 75, but the velocity we put -3. Negative means the direction is to the left. So the momentum equals to -225 kg meter per second. Remember, positive to the right, momentum will be positive. The velocity positive, so momentum positive. When you move to the right, to the left, velocity negative, momentum will become negative. Okay, example 2. A granny which has a mass of 80 kg whizzes around the ring with a velocity of 6 meter per second. She suddenly collides with her grandson, boy, which has a mass m equals to 40 kg, who is at rest directly in her path. Calculate the momentum of granny and boy. So granny move with 6 meter per second times 18, so you get 480. And the boy is at rest, so v equals to 0. So the momentum should become 0. Right. So when you are at rest, you will have no momentum because you are not moving. Okay, so that's it for the first lesson. So we learned about the meaning of momentum. So momentum is the effect of stopping an object. The larger the momentum, the more the effect on of stopping the object. Okay, see you next lesson. Bye.